and gentlemen, good morning. I'm greatly honored to witness this morning the release of the Energy and Petroleum Statistics report for the year ended 30th June 2025. This report, you will agree with me, tells the story of the progress we are making across the energy sector and the interventions we must deploy with greater urgency as government to support various economic activities across Kenya. I appreciate in a very big way the remarks that have been made so far. They summarize the progressive strides we have made in our energy sector as a country. As a ministry, we are excited by all these developments. They bring us closer to the promise of providing universal access to energy and petroleum. In a few weeks, we shall be celebrating Mashujaa Day, as the DJ had earlier on indicated. And this year's theme is Energy Matters. We want to take advantage of the opportunity to educate and create awareness on various issues in the sector, especially the innovations that are creating inclusive access to energy and petroleum products and services. I welcome you to the celebrations in Kitui County and look forward to interacting over the deliberations on investments, public-private partnerships, and how we can contribute better or to better highlights in the next release of this report. So, ladies and gentlemen, the energy and petroleum sector continues to register interesting advancements. I'm sure you'll agree with me. To support universal access to LPG, for instance, the government is working with various stakeholders to expand both infrastructure and streamline policy interventions. When it comes to infrastructure, the commissioning of the lake gas facility in Vipingo, Kilifi County comes to mind. The facility has boosted storage capacity for LPG receiving terminals, improving supply security in the process. On the policy side, the government's planned implementation of an open tender importation system, the famous OTS, for LPG will enhance competitiveness, transparency, and efficiency in imports. In addition, there has been the gazettement of various regulations. For example, the operation of common user petroleum facilities regulations of 2025, which will have a transformative impact on the sector by providing fair and transparent access to shared petroleum infrastructure, such as import terminals, storage depots, and pipelines. These changes are set to bring more growth while guided by the National LPG Growth Strategy, the one which was approved by the Cabinet sometime in 2023. And that strategy prioritizes the adoption of LPG in public learning institutions, reticulation of LPG in households, and cylinder distribution to low-income households. The government's zero rating of LPG will continue to stimulate demand, particularly among households transitioning from traditional biomass fuels. So, ladies and gentlemen, the report that has been unveiled this morning shows that Kenya generated some 14,472 gigawatt hours of electricity in 2024-2025, marking a 5.76% increase from the previous financial year. Peak demand rose to a record 2,316 megawatts. That is an increase of 6.4% from the year before, indicating increased demand for electricity. In this regard, I would like to encourage manufacturers and industries represented here to take advantage of initiatives put in place so far to ensure that we have responsible use of electricity, especially from the national grid. This means adopting the energy management regulations gazetted in February this year to promote energy efficiency among facilities with an energy consumption threshold of at least 180,000 kilowatt hours. These regulations, if adhered to, will contribute to savings in energy bills and more reliable power in the country by minimizing wastage. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I am optimistic. Indeed, I remain optimistic about where we are heading. Kenya's leadership in renewable energy continues to shine with the planned expansion of geothermal capacity beyond 1,000 megawatts in the coming year, driven by the commissioning of 2 power plants in Menengai, Nakuru County. This growth underscores our position as a global leader in geothermal development, while securing clean, reliable power for our citizens and industries. At the regional level, electricity imports from Uganda will rise, as has been indicated by the PS, following the revision of the Energy Exchange Agreement with UETCL from 80 megawatts to 120 megawatts, improving supply stability. Even more transformative is the commencement of wheeling power between Ethiopia and Tanzania through Kenya's grid in the financial year 2025-2026, a milestone in operationalizing the Eastern Africa Power Pool. This enhances regional energy security and firmly establishes Kenya as a strategic energy transit hub in the region. As I conclude, finally, I call upon you to ponder on the insights that have been shared here and what they mean to each of you. Thank you to EPRA for putting together this report and this event. Asanteni sana, Mwenyezi Mungu azidi kuwabariki.